Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Conscious Reality, where we speak on the good stuff relationship, love, and spirituality. So, listen, someone asked me a question. The question was, where do you meet good men? It's a good question. I'm going to do a two-part video to this. First, I want to tell you where you don't meet men at, where are good places to meet good men, where are not so good places to meet good men. So, I'm going to do a two-part series on this. I don't want to talk too long. So check this out. Some of y'all been looking for people. Some of y'all think that good men don't exist. Some of y'all think good men are only in heaven. Some of y'all think Christ is the only good man, or whoever else you think. And so you kind of give up. You don't know where to go to find a good man. And the thing is, good men are all around you. So are good women. Nobody will know if they are being hurt or they are still hurt. So when you're still hurt, when you're still anxious or angry or scared, you can't find anything good. You really can't. What you're gonna find is what you actually think in your mind when you see, what's in your mind. That's all you can find. And sometimes to find a good man, you're gonna have to clear the mental space. Or a good woman, clear the mental space. But nobody want to do that because that's too hard. That takes work. It takes time. Everything is all around you. There are all different frequencies all around you. People of different frequencies, high and low. They are all around you. You walk next to them every day. You talk to them every day. You just don't know because that's not what you are seeing. You are seeing your own mind. Every time you open your eyes, all you're seeing is your own mind, and you don't know what to look at. You don't know what to look for because you are hurt. It's like wearing a pair of glasses with the word "loser" on your forehead or "hurt" on your, in the on the lens. And everywhere you look, you're gonna see hurt because your lens that you're looking out of is hurt. So where do you find these good men that you talk about, Kirk? Where do you find? I'm gonna tell you 5 places not to go that you assume that you will find good men at. Number one, you don't meet good men at work. Even if they are good men, leave them alone. Don't try to meet men at work. If you work around someone, yeah, it's cute in the first couple of days, first couple of weeks, when everything is going good and you going to work just to see them. You wake up early to get ready just to go to work because you're excited because you're going to see your boo until things begin to be not so good and you have to see them every day. Until you break up and you have to see them every day. Until you see them talking to somebody at work. Listen, don't meet people at work. You can't do it. Don't. It's a bad idea. It's never. I don't care how much you like somebody. Leave them alone until you stop working there or they stop working there. Because when you have to go to work with somebody that you can't stand anymore, and you have to see them every day after your breakup, after he did something to you or she did something to you, it is hell to deal with. And a lot of people, I hear a lot of women complain about this. Because I met a man at work, and now I can't go to work because I think he tell everybody about what I did or what we did, and everybody looking at me funny. Listen, don't meet people at work. Got it? The next place not to meet people is at a bar or a club setting. Now you can meet people if you want to have fun, but to actually be in a relationship with at a bar or a club setting, I think is a bad idea. And it's not because people who go to the bars are bad, but I think your expectations is different. Because when you go to a bar, let's say you go out for one night, you and your girlfriends or your friends, whoever, you go out, you're hanging out, and you don't always go to the bars or club, but you just feel like going this one weekend. You met a guy there, you hook up, nice, you vibe good, chemistry is on point. 6 months after you met this guy is still going to the bar, and you don't want to go to the bar anymore because you're like, man, I've outgrown those places. I only went to those places that once in a while. But they keep wanting to go. They always want to go. They always want to go to the bar because that's what they do on a regular basis. You just met them there and you assume that they were going to change or they were going to grow up. So you can get, you telling them, why don't you grow up? You keep going to the bar, but that's where you met me. So that's the reason why I said don't meet people at the bar. If you know that you're not going to go to the bar on a regular basis, don't meet people there. Because some people actually love doing what they are doing. And you just go in there once in a while. So don't interact with people or don't expect people to stop going to a place just because you felt like you have grown up or grown out of it. So leave the bars alone. All right, because people might just be going there every week because they're bored or because they like drinking or because they're alcoholics or any other reason. And you don't go there. You only went there once. Got it? The third place, this is where you're going to disagree with me at. And I know for a fact because it sounds, because we're being taught one of the best places to meet people is at church. And this is where you're going to disagree with me at because your mother told you this, your granddaddy told you this. You know, you meet good quality people at work. No, you don't. You meet sinners there. You meet people who hear the same thing that you heard. You meet good people at church and they're going to church just to meet good people. They ain't going to hear the words. They ain't going because they want to be saved. They ain't going because they're good people. They're going to meet a nice woman or a nice man who they believe is enjoying the word of God. And then when you meet somebody at church, you have so much expectations of them because you assume they are so saved until they do something that you don't like. Something that you don't expect. Something, oh my, I thought you were saved. I thought you was a Christian. I can't believe you do this. I can't believe you smoke. I can't believe you drink. I can't believe you like to do this. I can't believe you watch porn. You begin to have high expectations and it begins to mess you up because you meet somebody at church. You gotta relax. You meet a chick at church and she freaky as hell. You like, oh man, I thought you was a saint. I knew you was that freaky. And she's like, well, I'm just saying. I had my days. Listen, expectations go too high. No, it's not a bad. Listen, people have met people in church. My mom met my stepdaddy in church. They have a great relationship. But they was both at the place where they was grown, they was older, and they knew that they was into the church for real. They were into the Word of God, and they was actually there for God. Now, again, it's not that you won't meet somebody good there. You probably would. But the same chances that you might have meeting somebody at the clubs. Maybe you went to the club one day because you felt like it. You don't go all the time. Maybe he went to the club one day. He don't really go to the club, but his boys took him out, and you met. Yeah, you might meet somebody there. It's possible, but the chances are very slim. Again, people in the church divorce just as much as people outside the church. Don't really. I know people who go to church. Trust me. I have dated women in the church. Again, the church is not a bad place. Number 4, in the gym. And I'm only saying this is because when you're in the gym environment, your personality don't count. Your spirituality don't count. What counts is your body. What people are looking at strictly is your body. You in skimpy clothes, a man showing his nipple because he wearing a tank top, his nipple showing, your nipple showing, your ass cheek showing. It's very, again, it's not as a bad place to meet people, but you got to be careful about what you are doing. Because when you go to the gym one day and you meet somebody the first day, they're looking at that ass. They would looking at how your pants rises when you do them squats. They're looking at that shirt, your nipples showing through. And in that gym environment, the hormones are different. Testosterones are high. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't meet nobody in the gym, but you gotta be, pay attention. See what happens when you go outside the gym, how it feels in a different setting. But in the gym, I would, not that I'm against it, but I would be more careful. Again, these are not places that I'm saying to not meet people because it's all ends bad. There's always exceptions. And everybody's not the same. I'm just talking about generally. So I know you're going to be like, I know somebody who met somebody at the gym and they are fine. I know, listen, it happens. We know it happens. Oh my Lord. Something about social media. When you make this type of videos, man, people always find exceptions and they go, I think that's wrong because I know somebody. We all know the black guy who got, to be a doctor from the ghetto. We all know a white guy we all know them. But I'm just talking generally. I can't believe I have to say this. The last place I would say, well, it's not the last place, but for this video, might have. So check me for tomorrow for number 2, part 2, of where to find a good, decent person. The last place I will speak of is online dating. Man, listen. People lose their minds online. People hiding their families online. They're hiding their kids from behind the computer. Listen, when you're behind a computer, you can be anything that you want to be. You can be a professor. You can be a doctor. You can be a lawyer. You can be single. You can be anything. And the person will never know. And you know what they do? They hold back information. And until you start liking them, and they start liking you, and you start liking them, next thing you know, 4 months, 6 months later, by the way, I used to be a woman. By the way, I used to be a man. By the way, I just didn't want to say it because I didn't want you to judge me too early. By the way, I have 16 and a half children. By the way, I live with my sister. But before my sister, I live with my mom. But before my mom, I live with my father. They begin to give you information because now you like them. So now you did think, well, I can just pour it on now. They ain't going nowhere. They will like me. Be careful about online dating. Again, it works for many people. It has worked for many people. But for many, many, many more people being robbed. A matter of fact, here's the thing what happened to me. So, you all know on Facebook, I have a big following. I've always had a big following on Facebook. On TikTok, I have a big following too. Huge following, about 750,000 people. 30,000, something like that. My account, my name is being used hundreds of times. I've had women contact my lady. I've had a woman contacted me, telling me they've been talking to me for all these months, talking to me. And I'm like, ma'am, I've never spoken to you. Someone asked me just recently, is your name Kirk or is your name Joseph? I'm like, excuse me? She said, is your name Joseph or Kirk? Ma'am, you look at my page. It's Kirk. But why did you tell me that your name was Joseph? I've been talking to you for 6 months and you've been lying. Ma'am, I've never seen you in my life. I have never spoken to you in my life. Ma'am, have you ever video called me? Well, you are always busy. Ma'am, it's not me that you're talking to. People have inboxed my lady. Hey, your man was talking to me. Listen, when it comes to online dating, you got to be very careful. People have their own agendas. And I'm not trying to make you nervous or scared. I'm trying to keep your mind open. Don't be so caught up and attached in the first week, first day when you meet somebody online because it's probably not who you think it is. Online, people look different. People using them AI pictures, them AI. You see them in person, they look IA. They don't look AI. They look IA. I don't know what it means, but their pictures is not the same anymore. Their face change. You see marks on their faces, bodies, skin. You see cigarette burns on their titty. You gotta be careful when you meet people online. These brothers, now they're painting on their beards. You know what I mean? The beard's different. The hair coming out. You gotta be careful, and a lot of people get disappointed. So I would say number 5 for me is online dating. Again, I'm not saying that it doesn't work. I have met many people who say it works. Some people are very honest, but there are some people looking for a booty call. The best place to meet people for a booty call is online, because online we're gonna talk, we're gonna text. We're gonna text and then we're gonna hook up, then we're gonna meet, and then bam, I got you. We spend 6 months talking online. I'm hitting that when I meet you. First date, I'm hitting that. And all I'm doing, because you feel comfortable with me. We've been, oh my God, I know him for 6 months. We've been talking for 6 months. So when I met him in person, oh my God, it was like, oh my God, it felt so good. He get that draws, and he blocks you. Ends the same way. Listen, these are 5 places that I will be careful about when I meet people. I think one of the worst places in those 5 is work. I will never listen. I've done it before. I've met people at work, and it made me have to change where I work. And I was in the military. I had to listen. I had to ask to go to a different unit. I had to ask to get deployed because my name was circulated. It's time for the circulator. It's time for the circle. I had to leave because my name got caught up in some mess. You got to be careful at work, man, because you don't want to lose your job. You don't want to lose your career because of some ass or some sex. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful. But I would say work is one of the worst places. The second worst place I would say is church because of expectation. The third would be the gym. Oh, actually, no. I would say the second would be online. You know what? Work, then online. Oh, maybe online, then work. Listen, all of these, I don't know which one is the worst ones, but I will pay attention because they all have had some hurt situation. So just be careful out there. Tomorrow, I'll give a list of the best places to meet people. Be ready for this. But if you haven't subscribed yet, I would say go ahead and subscribe now because you might want to know this. Check this out, right? Also, if you want some one-on-one coaching when it comes to dating, relationship, how to meet people, how to cleanse, how to heal, how to recover, how to do all those spiritual stuff, check my website. I do many different packages. If you like my content, I do many different one-on-one packages and you will not be disappointed. So I will see you next time. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for always being polite. I'll see you next time. Peace.